let's begin. Ouch, my leg hurts so much. All right.
Really?
So, good afternoon. Welcome to one more class. Today is February 2nd. Yes, it's Wednesday. And we're doing wide angle 3. Today, we are reviewing Unit 1 and beginning Unit 2. So, super welcome. I hope you enjoy our class and participate. Okay. If you are watching online or just watching the video, make sure you do all the activities. And if you have any questions, please ask me or send me a message. Okay. So
Okay.
here, here we have our Google Classroom page. And here is our plan for today. Hi, Manu. Good afternoon. Welcome. Good to see you. So, as today is February 2nd, we are doing, first of all, the review of the first unit, Unit 1, okay? And then after we finish that, we will start the second unit. So we're moving on, right? Do you all have the book? Hello, Manu. Good afternoon. So, do you have the book already? Yes or no? Do you have the book, Rebecca? No, not yet. Okay, no
Yes.
problem. Okay. All right. That's
Yes,
okay.
I have.
Ah, okay, no problem. Okay, so you can follow here on the board, okay? But remember, the books are available. So you can get your books here at the course. You just have to tell your parents to come and do it for you, okay? Only your parents can get your books, okay? All right, people. So let's go over to our review. Let's see what Unit 1 was all about. Let's remember the most important points of Unit 1. Let's take a look there. All right, so this is the review page. So let's zoom in. Okay. Let's see the first activity. This activity is the vocabulary of the unit. So take a look at the sentences. What is Unit 1 all about? Do you remember?
What's the page?
This is page 147. 147. Okay. Look. All right. Unit 1, review. Okay. And this is exercise number 1. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
let's say, looking at the sentences, what is the topic of Unit 1? Do you remember?
Interactions.
Sorry?
Interactions.
Just a moment. Let me regulate the volume here because it's very loud and I can't quite understand what you're saying. Okay, just a moment. Wow. Okay. All right. Before we do the review, I would like to share the page we have on the platform. I know you may not have the book. I guess, I don't know if, do you have the book, Rebecca?
I have.
You do. So say, I do.
I do.
Okay. So if you have the book, then you have access to the platform online. Now, Rebecca, remember, it's very important to access the platform online. Why? Because now you are going to be evaluated from your exercises online. The platform now is graded, right? So you will receive a grade for all the exercises you do online. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, Manu. Yes, you have to wait for the book. Okay? Yes, to go to the platform, you have to wait for the book. Okay? So, can you see here? You have you have a message saying join a class. Can you see this? Yes? Can you see there is a small icon and it says next to it.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Join a class. Okay. So when you enter the platform, you will also see the same thing. Join a class. Okay. So after you subscribe, after you register on the platform, you will reach the book, which is Wide Angle 3, and you will see this message, join a class. Okay? So here, you will receive a class ID code. Okay? The class ID code is posted on your WhatsApp group. Okay? So here we are doing book 3, of course. Okay? But to join your class on book 3, you should go to your WhatsApp group and get your class code. All right. So let me put here for you. Just a moment. So I will get the class code for you on your group description right now, okay? It's because my cell phone is being charged. So it's right there across the room. So just give me 1 minute. I will go get my cell phone, okay? Just a moment. Okay, so I posted here on the message board the class code, okay? It's C902 039 0414, okay? Or C902 039 0414. Okay? So this is your class code. Okay? This is not the code to access the platform. No. The code to access the platform you get from your book. After you access the platform, you use this code to access your class, to join your class. Okay? All right, Rebecca. Okay, Manu.
Okay.
So here we're going to wide angle 3. I will show you unit 1. Okay? Can you see that? So suppose we are in our class. Of course, this is not our class. This is another class, but here we have unit 1. So the topic of the unit is interactions. Okay? Can you see that? Yes? So here we have the first page of the platform. So this is the topic of unit 1. That unit talks about interactions. So here we have vocabulary, communication. Okay, so this is what the vocabulary is all about. Then we had some listening practice, okay, guessing meaning from context, grammar, okay, So the grammar from the lesson, the first part, hi William, good afternoon,
Hi, teacher.
was
Good afternoon.
hi, welcome. The first part of the grammar lesson was the contrast between simple present and present continuous, okay? Then the second part of vocabulary was body language and emotions. Then we had, remember, the first part was listening practice. The second part was reading. And in the reading practice, we studied skimming. Skimming is when we read something very quickly just to get the general idea. The second grammar topic of the lesson was question forms using do, did, and the verb to be. So we saw those question forms, especially yes, no questions, right? We saw that. And then we moved on to the third part of the lesson. And then we had the third grammar topic, tag questions in the present tenses with be and do. So, for example, you live in Rio, don't you? You are a student, aren't you? Remember, we saw vocabulary development, adverbs of manner. We learned how to use adverbs of manner. Remember, when we add the suffix ly to the adjectives and also to some verbs. And in the third part, we had a writing tip, okay? Using informal expressions in emails. So the first part of the lesson was listening, the second, reading, the third, writing. The fourth part of the lesson was the conversation, the video lesson. We talked about starting and ending a conversation. How to start a conversation in English. We saw some expressions. We also talked about, in the fifth part of the lesson, we saw how to make small talk. You know, that conversation that is not really important. It's something that we use to interact with strangers or coworkers, classmates, when we have nothing special to do. We talked about, at this moment, we talked about pronunciation, using intonation to show interest. And that was Unit 1, okay? So here we have all the main topics. Part 6 and Part 7, they are extra. Part 6 is always a game, and Part 7 is a review. Okay? After the unit, when the unit is over, all the practice is over, we have a test. So you can check the things you learned, okay? So it's a short test and it's divided it's actually divided by three, actually. There are three sessions or three sections, sorry, three activities, okay? Grammar, vocabulary, and the video lesson, the conversation lesson, English for real, all right? So it's very similar to book two. That's why it's important to do the review and then the test when you finish, okay? So here, now I guess we can do the review page. So let's go to our book. Now we know the vocabulary we are focusing on: communication, body language, emotions, okay? Because we are talking about interactions, okay? So let's go there. Here we are. Good. So this is the first activity from the review. So let me show you here. If you don't know yet, we are on page 147, Unit 1, Review, Activity number 1. Okay? The first part is vocabulary. All right? Just so you know where we are. Okay? All right. So complete the sentences. Let's see the words that are missing. The first one, you might feel up or when someone shouts at you. So, how do you feel when someone shouts at you? What do you think? Do you have any idea? No? So let's see. Go ahead. You don't remember? So you might feel anger or fear when someone shouts at you. Do you understand the meaning of the word shout?
It's the same thing as screen.
Yes, exactly, William. Yes. Okay. Shout and scream are synonyms. Okay. Very good. Number two, you get from doing things you like. What do you think? The first letter is here to help you.
Experience? I don't know.
Not really.
Mm.
Enjoyment. You get enjoyment from doing things you like. Okay? Now let's see number three. A feeling of is better for your health than stress. a feeling of calm. All right. It's when you feel really relaxed, everything is okay. So that's a feeling of calm. Number four, some people spend their whole lives searching for.
Happiness.
Yes, very good. That's it. Happiness. Great. Number five, missing someone or losing something important to you can cause.
Sadness.
Yes, perfect. Sadness. That's true. All right, I suggest you copy the answers or you take a picture. So when your book arrives, you just transfer the answers to your book. Okay? Checking the answers. Okay, can I close? Do you know the meaning of all the words? Is everything clear? Anger, fear, enjoyment, calm, happiness, sadness. Yes?
Yes.
Oh my God, there I go again. I always close, when I try to close the window there, I close the book by mistake. Let me try to open the book again. So, okay, so no questions about the words. Good. All right, people. So, everything clear. Let's move on to number two. Choose the correct option. So, it's still vocabulary on communication and emotions. Okay. So, let's see the next one here. He pointed at the door. So here we are saying how he pointed. What is the best option?
Angry.
Yes, angrily.
Oh, angrily.
Angrily, yes. Here we need to use an adverb of manner because I'm saying how he pointed. Okay. Number two, I felt.
Sadly. Sadly.
Sadness.
Sadly.
Yes, this is what I felt. I felt sadness when I waved goodbye to my friend. This is what I felt, not how I felt, okay? Or how I did something. I'm not saying here how I waved. If I had put, I waved sadly, okay, but no, I'm just saying what I felt. So I felt sadness, okay? Now, number three, stared. To stare is to look intently, okay? So she stared.
Happily.
Yes, very good. This is how she looked, okay? She stared happily out the window. Number 4, I hugged my family. This is how I hugged. So, enthusiastically, okay? Because I'm explaining, I'm expressing how I hugged. So, enthusiastically. Number 5, they. To bow, this verb here means when you do like this, okay? So they,
Calmly.
yes, exactly. They calmly bowed before I left. So this is how they bowed, okay? Checking the answers. Everything correct. Okay. So it's important to know when to use a noun, when to use an adverb. Okay. All right. Now let's do a third activity now, using vocabulary from the lesson. Complete the questions using the words in the box. We have work, influence, deal, look, and keep. So let's take a look. The first one, of all the people you know, who do you up to most? This part of the lesson is about those phrasal verbs. Remember those expressions that we saw right in the beginning of the lesson? So, which word is missing here? No, you don't remember. It's the verb look. Look up to. You don't remember the expressions. Let me show you the expressions. I think you forgot. Let me show you. Here. Okay. Can you see this exercise? Exercise number 2.
Yes.
Okay. So this is on page number 4. It's right in the beginning. of the lesson, the beginning of the unit. So here it's the second activity, and it says match each phrase with its meaning. And here we have the expressions. So look forward to, keep in touch with, have an influence on, look up to someone, deal with, and work something out. And then here we have the meanings. Okay, so we had to match. And then in this exercise, I even posted on Google Classroom for you. We have the answer. So number one is letter F. Okay, so we have there look forward to is be excited about. If you were present, you remember. If you missed, so now you have a chance to get the answers. So look forward to something is when you are excited about something. You want something to happen and you are really excited so about it. So you look forward to the event. You look forward to a party. You look forward to your vacation. Okay? So the next one, keep in touch with. You keep in touch with is letter C here. So stay in contact with someone. Have an influence on is when you affect someone or something. So letter D, okay? Look up to someone. When you look up to someone, you admire someone, okay? When you look, actually, not necessarily look, physically speaking, but you admire that person, okay? So you look up to someone. Deal with. To deal with something is to manage specifically a difficult situation. Okay. Number 6, work something out is when you find a solution, especially to a problem, right? When you have a problem to solve and you find a solution, you work it out. Okay? So here you have the answers to that exercise. If you haven't seen the answers yet, here they are. Okay? All right. So now back to page 147. Let's go there. Here. Okay? Now it's easy. The first one, of all the people you know, who do you
Look.
look?
Look up.
Okay. All right. Who do you look up to most? Number 2, do childhood experiences have on you
Influence.
influence? Very good. On you for the rest of your life? Okay. Number 3, how do you with
Do.
yes, how do you
Do.
deal with negative people? Okay. Number 4. Do you prefer to?
Keep.
Yes, that's right. Oops, sorry. Keep in touch with old friends or make new ones. And number 5, when you have a problem, can you usually
Workout.
work out a solution? Okay. Perfect. So let's see if we have the answers okay. Yes, everything fine. Okay, guys. So I highly recommend you take notes of the answers. So let me ask you the first question. Of all the people you know, who do you look up to most? Do you have a person you admire? No? I do. I do. So I can say that I look up to my religious leaders, the people from my church who are my leaders, and I look up to my mother. She is a very special person in my life, so I look up to her. What about you? Who do you look up to?
I'm look up to my dad and my mom.
Okay, I look up to. Repeat,
I
please.
look up
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
I looked up to.
Okay. I look up to my dad and my mom. All right, very nice, Rebecca. Great. Was it Rebecca or Manu? Who said that?
Rebecca.
Okay, very nice, Rebecca. Congratulations. All right. So let's move on to the next part, the grammar. Complete each question with do, does, is, or are. So remember, this is the first part of the grammar. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. So let's say here. So the first one, let's do the first one together. Who you speak with more, your family or friends? Which one is missing?
Do.
Yes, of course. Do. Who do you speak? Okay, guys, it's a question. So you need the auxiliary verb. If you have another verb in the sentence, you need to use do or does if the question is in the present. Okay? Now, I'll give you 1 minute to do the other ones from number 2 to number 7. Let's see if you can do it. Come on, try to do from 2 to 7. Go ahead. Okay, can we correct? All right, let's say number 2, guys. What did you put?
Do.
Yes, very good. Look, we have the verb speak. So we need the auxiliary verb, okay? And then here it's the second person, so do. Number 3.
Are.
Ah, okay, good. Verb to be. Here we have an adjective, so we need to use the verb to be here. Number 4.
Do.
Yes, very good, Willem. How often do you ask? Very good. Number 5.
Do again.
Do again. Yes. We have the verb give, right? Number 6.
Do. This.
Yes. Even though
Consider this.
family, yes, even though family is a collective noun, we consider family the third person singular. All right. So we can use the auxiliary does. So, does your family give you a lot of support? Okay. Number 7, who?
Is.
Okay. There you go. Checking the answers. Who is the last person you bought a present for? Oh, right. Very good. That's the idea of using auxiliary verbs, okay? Knowing how to use them. That's the point, all right? So now, people, let's take a look at activity number 5, okay? So let's go there. Here. Okay. So match each statement with a tag. Remember, this is the second part of the grammar lesson in this unit, question tags. So let's take a look here. The first one, you're new here. Remember, question tags, we need to use the same verb of the original sentence, but in the opposite form. If it's affirmative, we have to use negative. If the sentence is negative, we have to use affirmative. So, the first one, verb to be affirmative. You're new here. So, which one is the corresponding opposite? Look.
Letter B.
Yes, letter B. Aren't
Verb to,
you?
right?
Yes, verb to be negative, right? You are, aren't you? Okay? Look, this weather is terrible. Verb to be affirmative. Where is the opposite?
E. Letter E.
Letter E. Yes, isn't it? Look, verb to be negative. Okay? Isn't it? Now, number 3, we don't have much time. This is simple present negative. Now, where is the opposite?
Doing.
Yes, perfect. We don't have much time, do we? All right. Okay. You like working here. Simple present, affirmative. Where is the opposite?
Don't you?
Yes, good. And finally, the meeting isn't in room number 2. Simple present, negative. Where is the opposite?
Letter D.
Letter D. Okay. Checking the answers. Here you go. Okay. So this is a nice way to do question tags. Okay. Try to find the opposite.
Teacher,
Yes.
você pode voltar na questão número 4, porque eu não consegui pegar todas as respostas.
Yes, sure. Yes, here you go. Number 6, the answer is does. Okay?
Ok,
It's because, yeah, it's does your family. Okay?
thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
finished, thank you.
Okay. All right. So now let's see number 6. Complete the text using the verbs in parentheses in the simple present or present continuous. Now, this is the grammar part, number 3. The contrast between the simple present and the present continuous, okay? Remember, we use the simple present to talk about truths, facts, permanent things. We use the present continuous to talk about temporary things, actions in progress, okay? And also future plans, okay? So let's see here. Number one, today we more ways than ever before of keeping in contact. To meet face to face anymore. So look at this. It sounds like a piece of information, doesn't it? So is it something like a fact? Is it a truth? Is it a piece of truth?
Yes.
Yes. So if it's a piece of truth, so we should use simple present. Okay? So today we have more ways than ever before of keeping in contact. Don't need people don't need to meet face to face anymore. Okay? The use of smartphones and the internet increasingly popular. Now, this is something changing. This is something in progress. So, we have two things here, the use of smartphones and the internet. So, are becoming increasingly popular. Okay? Because I'm using this word here, increasingly. So I'm expressing that this action is in transformation. Okay? It's something that is happening. All right? In a survey of more than 1,000 young Americans, the top three forms of digital communication were texting, social media, and phone calls. Technology today, the way we connect, and what it to be friends. What do you think? Here, do you think we should use technology today changes or technology today is changing?
Changes.
Changes. Why? Why something definite? Why not something in progress?
I think it's a fact. It's a fact.
Yes, it is a fact, but I don't think it is over. I don't think
Makes
it's some.
sense.
Yes, because it is happening, because technology is always developing, it's always changing. Every year we have a new cell phone, and then we find a new way of communicating. So technology today is changing the way we connect. I think it's an action in progress. You know what I mean? So it's changing, I think. And then the second one, I think, yes, the second one, what it means to be friends. Today is changing the way we connect and what it means to be. So it is changing two things: the way we connect and what it means to be friends. Okay? All right? Two things technology today is changing: the way we connect and what it means to be friends. It's going through transformation. Okay? It's an ongoing process. However, according to research, it's not the number of people you that, but the value of your relationships. So here, what should we put? Yes, thank you. So, however, according to research, it's not the number of people you know.
No.
Yes, because the verb know is always static. All right, so know. Fact matters. Okay. All right. But the value of your relationships. This, actually, here, this verb and this verb here, the two verbs are static verbs. So we don't use these verbs in continuous forms. Okay. So let's check the answers. Let's see. Yay, everything correct. Okay. So here, number 3 are becoming. Number 4 is changing. All right. And the others are in the simple present. Okay. All right,
Okay.
people. Did you take a picture? Yes? Great. So I really recommend that you do the platform online, of course, if you have the book. If you don't have the book, I posted some worksheets for you to do on Google Classroom with exercises about simple present and present continuous, contrasting them so that you can practice. All right? So, yes, this is the final part of the review. Here there is a quote. They always bring a quote in their review. So, in what ways do you try to be a good friend? Is there anything you wouldn't do for a friend? It's a moment of reflection. There is a quote: the only way to have a friend is to be one. Do you agree with that? I do. Yes, I think it's the best way to be a friend. To have a friend is to be a friend, okay? Actually, it's being a friend actually, okay? But, all right, people. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Do you have any questions about Unit 1? Is everything okay? Yes? So let me see. I don't have my cell here on me. It's right there. It's 41. Okay. So let me try and see here. The plan for today would be to start Unit 2. So let me see if we can do that. Let me go there. Let's try to start. Okay. All right, people. So can you see this page on the screen? I will just introduce the topic. I will not really begin, okay? I will do this next class, all right? So just for you to see the first page, Unit 2 talks about time, all right? So that's a nice topic, isn't it? So here in this unit, oh, look at this picture. So meaningful. Let's take a look at the questions they ask. You can start thinking about it. Why do people miss the old days? Why is time important? And what's your favorite time of day? You can start thinking about these questions and prepare for next class. We can discuss, okay? You can take a look, see if you find something about why do people miss the old days so much, especially older people, right? You can think about it. Look, it seems to be a note photograph. Yes, okay. So, guys, let me show you our page on Google Classroom so you can see what we've done today. So, what did we learn today, people? Today, we reviewed Unit 1. So, I'm going to update the information here. Okay, so actually, here we did just Unit 1 review. So, let me just, yes. And the vocabulary about city changes we will do next class, okay? But I will leave the posts here about the topic. And as I told you, look, present simple, yes, no questions. Present simple, yes, no questions. Verb to be questions, worksheets. And last week, I have something about the contrast between simple present and present continuous for you to practice, okay? But if you want, I can also post something extra here for you, all right? So the deadline for this homework is Monday, February 7th, okay? So if you want, you can take a look at this site to prepare for Monday, okay? To read something about 10 ways cities are changing. That's very interesting. Okay, guys. All right. So thank you very much for coming, people. It was very nice having you here. Um, I hope we can meet one another again next week. Have a nice weekend. Take good care of yourselves, all right, people? The virus
All right.
is back. And enjoy your weekend. See you Monday, okay?
See you Monday. See you Monday.
Bye bye, people. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye bye. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Bye bye. See you.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Bye bye. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Bye.